All right, well, volumes thin today because of the Heroes Day celebrations yesterday. So is it worth talking about any market movers in this session?
Yeah, we saw the market coming up in today's trading session. It looks like for the whole week we've been having what I would call a slight rally.
Okay, Crispus, let's talk about news out. This mulling over a deal between Seven Seas Technologies and Safaricom. How's that going to help Safaricom innovate? Because effectively they're going to have to part with 1.5 billion shillings thereabout, and possibly even more money if they eventually go for a controlling stake. So where's the value for investors in this particular strategy if it does unfold?
Seven Hills focuses mainly on software. For Safaricom, it would be diversification for them and eventually for the shareholders. Seven Seas is a company that has grown ever since it was established in 1997. So really, we should see a bit of diversification and therefore more gains for the shareholders.
All right, we're also seeing movement on the tea producer side. Is it still a function of good prices internationally and a weakened shilling? And how long will this rally in this component of the agro stocks continue for?
Really, for tea prices, it's a function of, like you said, I agree with you, good international prices, weakening currencies, and remember, George Williamson has just sold off its building, its former headquarters to Leon of Kenya Insurance. So that should reflect on their financial statements going forward, and therefore some of the proceeds will be distributed to shareholders as dividends. So of course we expect the price to react to reflect that.
All right, let's look at what's happening on the fixed income side and the money markets. It's been reported that the Treasury is now looking at mechanisms to step in because, as the central bank has said, they've exhausted all avenues that are available to them. They've raised interest rates aggressively over the last few sessions. They've intervened on the interbank market and the discount windows. It's now time on the fiscal side for some kind of intervention. And what the finance minister is talking about is possibly diversifying away from the dollar and the euro in their reserves. They're actually looking at possibly emulating the Nigerians by talking about introducing yuans and rupees as components. Would that help to support the shilling?
Yes, because again, if you look at it, those countries are slowly emerging into our major trading partners. So pegging our currency against it will definitely help to stem the slide.
All right, and also what could help the Treasury is this extended credit facility from the IMF. But thus far, it seems as though the IMF is dragging its feet. The IMF very critical at how slow authorities have intervened to curb inflation, for instance. But when are we likely to see the funds flowing from the IMF? And will they have the desired effect for supporting the Kenyan economy?
Really, on your question on when you're going to see the funds flowing in, that one, both me and you know the answer. I'll say anytime soon. But then again, on whether it will have an effect, I've said here time and again that any sort of monetary intervention at this moment by the central bank will be a case of too much, too late. I'm not really seeing so much of an effect on that.
All right, Crispus, now obviously investors are looking at Kenya. It's cheap at the moment, but what is disconcerting is a weakened shilling and inflation. For those who are brave enough to come into the market, how would you advise them? What sort of assets should they be going into? Where are they going to get returns?
At the moment, banking stocks are looking really good. Remember, they're about to start releasing their third quarter results. And despite all the problems in the financial sector, we're expecting good results from them.